What's going on, everybody? C4 here today, and I'm about to answer a question that I get asked countless videos. Countless videos is how do I draft so well? Obviously, when I draft like shit, people also like to let me know that I draft like shit. But more often than not, especially my rebuilds, if you watch my connected franchise mode videos, I do draft fairly well. And the guide that I used last year has been updated for Madden 18, so I'm going to be showcasing that to you. 100% full credit goes to, I don't even know what the name is, the handle, but the website is rebootchristianity.blogspot.ca, so he's in Canada. Good old boy. I used it last year and it worked out, real good. So 100% of the credits to him. This is pretty much just a repost and showcasing. In my opinion, it's probably the best guide that I've seen. I'm just going to be showing pictures in the background throughout, just little screenshots of the guide, but 100% go check out the guide and support him out. But this is how I draft so well. This is how, last year we found out that, draft an offensive lineman that has over 30 bench press. There'll be at least a 70 plus. Looking for the cone and the dash for the wide receivers, you get a good one. So it's pretty much the same. Personally, before I jump into his guide, from personal experience, it has matched up with what I've seen, and in the difference, trying to differentiate, if you will, the draft classes from Madden 17 to Madden 18. The only differences to me is the wide receivers seem to be a little bit harder to draft, and the corners seem a little bit easier to draft, whereas it was kind of the opposite in Madden 17. In Madden 17, I found really easy to draft good wide receivers and more difficult to get the top corners. But let's just kind of go through these right now. We'll start here with the quarterbacks. You're looking for a B+ throw power, B short accuracy, B medium or deep accuracy. Pretty, self-explanatory here with the quarterbacks. Obviously, if you see that, you may want to go with the speedier option as, speed quarterbacks, especially Madden 18. As far as I'm concerned, running quarterbacks, dual threat QBs are an absolute problem. But quarterbacks have never really been that hard. But there you go. Those are actual grades that you can kind of put to a value. Looking at running backs, these are the criteria that he has to pass in all. B+ carrying or better, B ball carrier vision, and you're looking for a 4.62 or better 40-yard dash. So that is key. I personally just found out about the 4.62. I would have figured you want a little bit higher than that. I'm pretty sure last year it was anything below 4.52. So I guess, a little less speed, but still, that's definitely a good note to know on running backs. Looking at wide receivers, you want to look for B release or better, B- catching or better, B- route running or better, and a 6.9 3-cone drill. So I like to see that a little bit. Maybe that's why I haven't been drafting wide receivers as well as I have years past, but, usually you just want to look for the B catching, so knowing that it's now a B-. It looks like they probably retooled how wide receivers get scouted this year, but that is definitely good to know. Looking at tight ends, you want to look for B- catching, C+ through any of the other grades, be it run blocking, be it spectacular catch, be it catching in traffic, be it route running, and you want to look for a 6.1 combine score or better to get a legit tight end. Tight ends seem about medium for me. I've had some good tight ends. I've had some bad tight ends. So now knowing this, like I said, guys, good to know, because I actually find tight ends fairly difficult to draft this year. But maybe that's just my luck, and I haven't been doing so well. Looking at the offensive line, pretty much, it is. I'm just going to post the one offensive line. Everything is pretty much the same. You want to look for, at least in the, we'll go interior. Interior, pretty much the key is look for a B and over 33 on the bench press. And it's worked absolutely great for me. I've got, offensive linemen, left guards, right guards, and centers all, rounds 2, 3, and 4 that are between 75 and 78 overall, just by going by the bench press combine stat, which is, that's been pretty prevalent in games past. We got left tackles. You want to look for B- pass block, B- run block or better, and 34 on the bench press. So that has definitely got a little bit of a juiced bench press grade than it was last year. And for right tackle, you want to look for B grade or better in run or pass block, and then you want to see a C or better in run or pass block, and at least a 30 on the bench press. I've actually noticed that as well, that right tackles are, at least they differentiate themselves. I found in Madden 17, right tackles, left tackles, they're pretty much the same goddamn thing. But I would say the one position that it seems like Madden has really kind of tried to overhaul this year was the offensive line position. And now you look at the tackles, very, very, very surprising to see that. But there you go. That should help you find your starting right and left tackle. Find the next Lane Johnson, the next Tyron Smith. After the offensive lineman, we can look here at the defensive lineman. We will start here with the D tackles. So for D tackles, you want to get at least a C+ in all 3 of the grades. that really appear after the combine. You want to look for a 32 bench press or better and a 5.10 40-yard dash or better. So the 40-yard dash is somewhat new here for Madden 18 to keep an eye on. Last year it really was, keep an eye on the bench press and with a, favorable combine grade. So that is definitely something to keep an eye on to get you the next Ndamukong Suh. We have defensive ends. You want to look for at least a B- for all three scores. I've seen a lot of them DNs look like they're pretty easy to draft for this year. You want to look for a B and at least tackle, finesse move, or power move. You want to look for a 4.85 40-yard dash or a 7.42 3-cone drill or better. So definitely a lot more goes into scouting defensive ends this year than in Madden 17. So keep an eye on that. Looking now at the outside linebackers, we have, it is a little bit differentiating. We got for left outside linebackers, you want to look for at least a B grade in block shedding or power move, and then you want to look for at least a B- in tackle, block shedding, power move, or pursuit. For right outside linebackers, you want to look for a B+ in tackle, block shedding, finesse moves, and at least a B- in tackle, block shed, and finesse moves. So you want to see a couple Bs here for your right outside linebacker. Kind of odd that they would differentiate that. But I mean, I guess if they want to try to make, drafting and scouting a little bit more harder, that's what you want to see. And then lastly, for middle linebackers, you want to look for at least a B pursuit or better. And as was kind of the dead giveaway last year, it seems to carry it over. You want to look for the highest combine grade possible with a minimum of a 7.4, which is, pretty good. And middle linebackers usually are one of the few positions that you can snipe out really talented guys later in the draft. Moving on to the cornerbacks, which is, this year I personally find corner is fairly easy and they seem to match up well with your draft grade. You want to look for at least a C+ zone coverage or better with a B in man, or if they have a C+ man coverage or better, you want to look for a B in zone. Really, press is something that you kind of ignore a little bit. Press does not really matter a whole lot into their grade. And you want to look for a 6.95 3-cone drill or better, which is, kind of carries over from how you would scout in Madden 17. So that's good to know about the cornerbacks there. Moving on, lastly, we're going to talk about the safeties. For free safety, you want to look for C+ zone coverage or better, B- pursuit or better, and a 4.57 40 or better. And strong safety, you want to look for B- zone or B- pursuit. All those are that or better. I find safeties, always have some of the highest combine grades out of players, and really, like I said, it doesn't matter. I would say, for those of you that want to take a slightly easier approach, I guess, to scouting, always go on your safeties if you need one, because really, it's tough. Safeties, any defensive back, it's very, very difficult to draft based off of their combine grade because oftentimes it lies to you. So those are really where you want to see their attributes and what their grades are. So there you go, guys. That is just a quick look at the best draft guide, in my opinion, for Madden 18. Shout out to Reboot Christianity. I'm not a religious man, but this is one hell. It's a godly, pun intended, scouting and draft guide, so make sure you guys go support him. I don't know how you can support him, but go check out that website, as I'm pretty much just plugging it here. So there you go, guys. That is what I use to scout. Hopefully it is easy for you guys to use this, and thank you guys for watching. So if this is your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, slash the like button if you enjoyed, and this will be helpful to you. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.